Hello super friends and welcome to DC TV Talk. This is the show where we talk all things Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And in today's video we're not going to be talking about any of that. In fact, we're not even going to be talking about DC today. Instead we're going to be talking about Marvel because this is my review, my spoiler-free review for Avengers Infinity War. So let's get into it. I mean, this movie is it. This is what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been building towards for the past 10 years, ever since the release of Iron Man back in 2008. This is what it's been building towards. Obviously, originally it built towards the original Avengers film, and then ever since they introduced Thanos, we have been waiting to see Thanos on screen battle the Avengers, and it's just been a long time coming, and it's finally arrived. Destiny still arrives, as Thanos would say, and I would definitely say that this movie was not a disappointment. Now, this is a spoiler-free review. I'm going to be completely, as vague as I possibly can. So, don't worry, you're safe here. I would like to start off by talking about Thanos. I think Thanos is incredible in this movie. I think he's so well fleshed out. He's a very well-developed villain, and I think this could possibly be the best villain we have in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Obviously, Marvel not have the best track record with villains. We have had a few good ones like Vulture, Loki, and Killmonger, but I think that Thanos is easily, for me, the best one. I think his motivations are very clear. You can see where he's coming from. He has that very unique thing that a villain has where he genuinely believes that he's doing the right thing. And obviously, I'm not going to tell you what all that is, but he is extremely powerful as well and extremely threatening, and that is what makes him a brilliant villain. And I think he really does pay off in this movie, given that he has been built up ever since 2012. I think it really does pay off well when you actually see him on screen for the first time, because he is just a real formidable foe. And I think the Avengers, this is the perfect villain for the third Avengers film. What is super impressive about this movie is how it manages to just give every single character a moment to shine. And this is when you're bringing in every single Avenger and all of their side characters, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, all these characters from all across the cinematic universe coming together and joining together for this one film. And the fact that you have all these characters, that's so many characters to deal with and to bring in all their different storylines, and the fact that they each get a moment is so, that is just speaks to the talent of Joe and Anthony Russo, who were just able to just give every single character that time to shine which they all deserve. And the fact that all of their mini storylines that have been going on for each of their individual characters in each of their films, the fact they all come together for one film, and the fact that it actually works, it's a miracle in its own right. And the fact that it's good is a complete other thing entirely, and that is just a testament to how good this movie really is. And I'm not going to lie, as the huge Marvel fan that I am, seeing all these characters on screen together for the first time, it's just incredible. Like, it's honestly one of the best things I've ever experienced. This is the first crossover of the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy in this universe. And then again, you have like Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, all these characters being together, interacting together on screen. It's something that you just always wanted to see. And the fact we're now getting it in live action form, it's really special. Like, it's a real time to be alive, and definitely a time to be a Marvel fan, and even just a film fan in general, to have such a big cinematic event like this, which has never happened before in the history of cinema. This is a really big event film, and I think it's really special, and it's going to cement itself in the history books because of that alone. And like I said, all these characters being together on screen, and the fact they all work together, they play off of each other really well, they banter really well together. It's just a really fun, fluffy cast that when they all come together and when they all act together, it's honestly magical. Going back to Joe and Anthony Russo, who are the directors of the film, they are brilliant. They are literally easily the best directors, I think, that Marvel has under their umbrella for the MCU, especially because they're kind of like the MCU architects. They're kind of like the guys who, they do the big films. Obviously, they did Winter Soldier, and then they did Civil War, Infinity War. They've done Avengers 4. They're really setting the precedent and setting the future for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that makes them incredibly important when it comes to them as directors, and everyone has to kind of follow their vision. And I think that, they are the best people for the job in terms of that. They really are able to just make sure that everyone gets a moment. They are really able to guarantee, you get some incredible action sequences. You're able to get so many good smaller little character moments. The humor is thrown in there, the emotions thrown in there when needed. They are just so good, and this movie is really well directed as well. I think this is actually one of the best directed Marvel films, which the direction is something I don't really notice too much when I watch Marvel films, but I did notice it here, along with also the cinematography, which is also really good here. I think that this movie you know, this is easily the best one that I think Joe and Anthony Russo have directed. I don't think it's necessarily the best Marvel film, but it's definitely one of the best ones that they have directed themselves. In retrospect, this film seemed impossible. Looking back on it, looking at all these different characters and all these different plot lines that they have to accommodate for, just in order to have them together and have them all make sense and work, it's almost impossible. And the fact that it all actually does come together and works and actually does hold together is extremely, extremely impressive. And I can't believe that this movie works as well as it does, you know, because this movie could have been an absolute train wreck when you think about it. With all of these different characters, it could have been so overblown. You know, a superhero movie often gets dismissed due to the fact it has, you know, a lot of villains in it. And the fact that this has just one villain about, you know, 30 heroes, that is, you know, the fact it all manages to hold together is honestly a miracle. And I can't believe how well it goes together. And I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's because I have to be extremely vague, because I don't want to give you guys any spoilers. You need to go into this movie completely fresh. So yeah, this movie is so well done considering the circumstances and given the impossibility of the task. If I do have one complaint for the movie, it would be that I feel it jumps around a bit too much. And again, I'm not going to go into specifics there, but basically there are certain scenes that just kind of, they kind of cut between different scenes quite often, and I feel like it's a bit inconsistent at times, but that is my only real big flaw I have with this film. Overall, Avengers Infinity War may not be my favourite film in the MCU, but it's easily one of the best. This is easily, for me, in my top 5 Marvel films. It is a true testament to show what this universe stands for. The fact that this was 10 years in the making, coming together, you have all these different characters that have been set up over the past 10 years, to have them come together to fight a common threat is truly something that needs to be celebrated, and this movie does that in spades. And I feel like, you know, this movie just makes you want Avengers 4 just even more. And I feel that this film, it has the shocks, it has the thrills, it has the humour, it has the emotion. This movie will send you through the notions, and by the time you get to the end, you're going to be bewildered, and you're just going to be begging for Avengers 4, which unfortunately we have to wait another year for. But this movie, just looking at Infinity War itself, is truly, truly tremendous. So did you guys see Avengers Infinity War? If you did, tell me in the comment section below what you thought about it. Of course, please, you know, don't put any spoilers in the comments. You know, we don't want to spoil it. It's only been out a couple days, so a lot of people, I'm sure, have not seen it yet. But if you have seen it, make sure you tell me your spoiler-free thoughts in the comment section down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It'll help me out a lot. And share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV, and get them to join the community. And as always, guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Black Lightning. And with all that said, guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.